Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Mystical
Mystical
Awakenings.
Awakenings.
And the topic of today is ta-da, drum roll.
Cultivating Alchemy.
It's all about alchemy. And as I said, drum roll, I was just waiting for the whisper in my heart to indicate us. And you got the whisper before me. That's amazing.
Well, it could be that and much more.
Life is way more than what it seems like, more than a disc that is flat, 3D, three dimensional, which, it could be pretty boring, this 3D thing.
Mm, it
And
limits you.
limits you, and it only provides you one flat view of what you think life is all about. And no wonder people are dragged, depressed, and, if I may add, with suicidal thoughts.
Oh my goodness. Can I share something?
Yes.
But I have to keep it somewhat private.
Private to our viewers
To a
only.
degree.
Okay.
But I just feel that it's something, since you said that, there's a purpose for you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
A close friend or a sister just had a family member this week commit suicide.
I got just chills.
Yeah. And
Huh.
I was a little bit not confused, but
Distraught?
no, it was interesting, and I know you're gonna listen, and I'm not gonna reveal, but I feel that there's something here for us, beloved sister. Is that she felt that there was a great releasing and that it was okay. She had a conversation and a letting go, and everything was okay. So it was a blessing. But at the same time, I had a feeling myself. This is my personal feeling. I had a feeling about what this really meant when one commits suicide, but
Hmm.
passes without the understanding of why they have done that.
Okay, so can you rewind a little bit because I'm not sure if I'm hearing you well. So those who commit suicide have no awareness of what they're doing. Is that what you're saying?
I have a feeling that in the bigger picture, what is the bigger picture of committing suicide?
Well, I've been writing on my page, on my Facebook page, on my spiritual Sandra Sardisi spiritual master page, and I find that the people that are committing suicide, they see death as a gate that opens, that allows them to escape this reality that apparently is so painful. And it is inevitable pain, one after the other, like life becomes a torture. So, with that in heart, hoping that they're going to go to greener grass on the other side. That's how they go about it. And as we have talked, not in our shows here, but it's really the separation of the body, the soul, and the spirit. As I recently had described that, with the practices and the tools that we have, Christina, that are uh, many of these are given by the Sir Almin. With these tools, those three, imagine there are three people, we can call them Mary, Martha, and Josie, and those three people are not friends. They're always picking at each other. And then one day they decide to make friends. And these are the tools that we are using to overcome death, life, and death. And that's how we can achieve immortality. But we, generally speaking, in this 3D reality, we think that they are different places where we have choices to come and go. And we keep perpetuating that cycle, repeating, going on the merry-go-round, which, by the way, is one of my favorite rides, but just as a ride, not as a metaphor for life.
It keeps us spinning on that disc. It keeps us a continual
Hmm.
motion of on um, the same path.
Hmm. So I also want to share because we everything has a benefit, and this is where our focus should be as light workers, looking at what is the gift in this experience. So I was recently, actually, I thought I had been to two funerals in my entire life, but as we were talking, I counted. Well, this was not a funeral, actually. This was just a mass of one of my very dear friends in Portugal. His mother passed, and I went to the mass. I didn't go to the funeral. So, my point is that at the end, we all went to, to express our condolences to the families. And when I hugged my friend. I didn't say anything. I just hugged him. And then I went on to his brother and hugged him. And I had no idea what I was going to say to him. However, what came out of my mouth was like, what a gift your mother has given us. Do you know how much energy she released for all of us?
Thank you for saying that because the beloved sister saw a gift in this, and this is where
Oh,
my
I'm covering
confusion.
chills all
Yes,
over.
this
Wow.
is the confusion. Look, me too.
Mm-hmm.
The confusion I had for a moment, where she found the gift in what took place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And yes, in the bigger picture, the mother took on such a grand, oh my God, it's a grand journey. It's a grand gift for all of life to be able to clear,
Mm-hmm.
whatever was in the way for
Mm-hmm.
not just her, but for all of us. Even,
Mm-hmm.
it starts with her family and it continues exists within all of life. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, I don't even think we know, but there's an alchemy in that.
Yes, I was
I just
about
have to
to
say,
say, yeah.
somehow cultivating alchemy has to come into it. And I think that's where it comes into play. That the being, the beloved sister, and her mother, and life, and spirit, and the earth, and all of these things, and the cosmos,
Mm-hmm.
whatever is taking place at that time, there's a releasing. It's like in many of the places, okay, now I'm going to take us a little different direction. We've had a lot of earth changes taking
Mm-hmm.
place, right?
Absolutely.
Earthquakes,
Yes.
hurricanes, and all these things. And many people, so called, lose their lives. But on another level, they participate within this so that they can help us to move up to the next level that we
Mm-hmm.
need to move
Mm-hmm.
move through at that time. And wherever that may be, that needs to shift in the emotional body and the physical body, wherever that may be, they are playing a role that they have agreed to assist all of us to
Mm-hmm.
move to another level. So, whether it's someone doing it personally as
Mm-hmm.
committing suicide or whether they do it
Mm-hmm.
as a collective group, um, there's still all blessings and gifts in that.
Mm-hmm. And what I realized by me giving that gift, everybody was like hugging and saying, I'm so sorry, it happened. So the vibration is just going down and low. And it was not possible to raise the vibration. And I could tell the gratitude in his heart, and his eyes just sparkled and said, thank you. It was like I lifted this heavy heart from him. And suddenly that alchemy just clicked. How we went from tragic to magic.
Mhm.
And it just takes a split second. It just takes awareness. It just takes that emptiness of the mind to be able to, as you said in the beginning, and we said about the whispering, allow that whisper to be heard, that it can only be heard in the silence of the mind. Well, I have my moments when I'm a little bit tumultuous, but I try. I try to navigate those moments with ease and grace. And you know what? I want to just a little backtrack about alchemy because people are thinking that we're magicians or something. A lot of people don't know what alchemy is. What do you think is alchemy?
Oh my goodness. Well, we could come
Yes.
from. I
Well.
don't know which aspect to come from it. And I'm not that great with explaining technically alchemy, but it
You do
is.
your best. I
Well,
will recap. Don't
it's a
worry.
combination of components that, when brought together, leverage you to the next level. So it's not necessarily 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's like 1 plus 0 equals 99 kind of thing. So all of the components that come together create an alchemy,
That
just
is,
like
yeah.
in the modalities that we work with, the tools that we work with.
Hmm.
All of those require components together to take us to another level.
So we're not necessarily on the logic. We're not necessarily
Hmm.
on the analytical part of the brain. We're not
Hmm.
necessarily results oriented because we could be blown away by what we can achieve. It's like when we do a healing session, we just don't know what is going to come out of that session
Mm-mm.
because depends on the alchemy of the practitioner and the client, and what is going to come out of that too is endless possibilities of out of that equation is endless, and sometimes it takes a while. I'm liking that word better than time. It takes a while
Mhm.
to reveal the true alchemy, the true results. And it could be an ongoing thing because we just recently, for example, did a
Mhm.
retreat, and I was addressing in here in Ontario in a beautiful piece of land in King City. And it's about 2 weeks ago. And I just had a gathering with some of those people that joined me to learn, to walk this alchemical path. And I can see the shift every time I see them, how much more they're coming closer to
Mhm.
express the true essence, which is this alchemy. It just keeps leveraging and showing this magnificent being that is lying sometimes more dormant than others under layers of illusions or layers of programs or layers of belief systems that are not allowing that alchemy to take place. So, in essence, what we do with all these tools is purify, cleanse, and allow the alchemy of our own essence
Mhm.
to be expressed.
Mhm. And it amplifies your being. Everything is enhanced. Everything is amplified, and it allows um, a greater awareness for everything. It alchemy is a mystery. Also, there's to me, it's a mystery because you can have those components and you can put them together and you can see the effects and you can see things transforming, transmuting, you can see things occurring. But in the grandest of it all, it's okay. It's a mystery as to all that is really taking place. And to me, that is the beauty of it.
Well, we could apply that word. I'm very mysterious about mystery. That word mystery could be everything. Life is a mystery,
Mm-hmm.
death is a mystery. I am a mystery, you're a mystery. And this is what the feminine is, a mystery. Because it cannot be revealed. One of my favorite phrases from Almin is she says, well, the feminine is a mystery and the moon is feminine. What would happen if the moon starts to come out during the day? There is no mystery. The mystery is over. So the mystery, I feel, is magnetic and it pulls you in to experience for yourself.
Mm,
You like that?
I like it.
Because, and I've been like feeling maybe we'll talk more about this, but it's the unknown is a mystery. And most of humanity live in the known, which is what? Remember, we were deciding to talk about the other day? The comfort
Comfort zone.
zone is the known. And the more uncomfort zone we live in, the more known we are going to be creating, which is actually the is it the job, the duty, or the purpose? That's a better word. The purpose of a light worker. Turn the unknown into the known.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So, with that in heart, what would you say is our closing sentence here? You know my favorite, putting you on that spot. There's only a spot where to live.
Mm.
Live in the unknown so you have less challenges in your life. The more unknown you live, the less unknown you will have. And the less unknown you have, the more fluid you become. The more fluid you become, the more master you are of yourself and your circumstances.
And that's the alchemy. That the alchemy is being in alignment, in cooperation, in observing the alchemy of life, being in tune with everything, allowing the participation of life with you creates alchemy.
So you have to be involved. This alchemy doesn't happen without you.
Absolutely.
And I was gonna say something else, and it just like you just got me right into that, and I forgot. But it's like, wow, the alchemy is about you. Thank you for tuning in
Love, praise, and gratitude.
and gratitude.